Hi and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how I was working obviously as a qualified nurse in the UK, and I did three things. So the three things that I'm going to share with you in this video, I was able to basically double my pay from earning about 2,300, 2,500 pounds every month to earning 4,500 to 5,000 pounds every single month. I did this for 6 months, and like I say, I'm going to tell you the three things that I did. Because look, this time and age with the recession, prices are going up, taxes are high, inflation is at an all-time high. Look, looking for efficient ways to earn more money is something that I specialize in as a nurse, because not only does this make me enjoy nursing and what I do, but it also makes it that nursing is able to sustain the lifestyle that I want to live or that I expect to live, so that I can enjoy the job, and not end up leaving or burning out. So I'm going to be sharing with you these three things in this video. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome once again as well, because I appreciate the time you take to watch these videos, and I do hope that you're implementing these things. Look, when I'm sharing these things with you, try them out. If you're not sure, ask me any question, or you can ask, make sure that if it's things that you need more professional advice, please do seek that professional advice. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, obviously you don't want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button, because you 100% want to be the first person to be notified when I drop a new video on here. And look, it gets even better. I have a newsletter where I can send you information directly to your inbox, so that you never miss out on any vital information such as what I'm going to share in this video, and you get it directly in your inbox, because you don't want to be relying on the YouTube algorithm to get us life-changing information, career-changing information to you. So if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. All you need to do is drop your name and your email and you're on. It's not even going to take you up to 30 seconds to do that. So please do check that out. And actually, before I get started, in case you don't know who I am, just to put a little bit of context to what I'm going to be talking about as well in this video. Obviously, I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner. So I have a private career coaching program where I support nurses, carers, student nurses, prospective student nurses with career progression in the UK. Like I say, I spend 99% of my time looking for strategies, looking for ways of enhancing nursing practice. So if you're keen on this, if you check the about section of this, YouTube channel, you're going to see a link to join my private coaching program. And look, if you are, whether you're looking for visa sponsorship opportunities, or you're a career, you're thinking, I want to progress into nursing, how do I go about it? Or you're a qualified nurse, you're thinking, I want to become a nurse, anesthetist, nurse manager, specialist nurse, advanced nurse practitioner. What are the pathways? How do I go about this? Or you want to get into nursing and you're thinking, oh my goodness, how do I become a nurse? There are so many pathways. I'm so overwhelmed. Again, if you join my program, then I'm going to support you hand in hand, hand in glove, with that entire journey. And the purpose of the program is to take off that overwhelm, so that you get bang on information that is specific to your needs, that is specific to what you want to achieve, and look, do that effortlessly. So that's what the program is all about. If you're looking for non-clinical healthcare jobs, because look, when this video is talking all about pay, non-clinical healthcare jobs pay more than most of the clinical healthcare jobs. And look, many of these jobs don't even need you to have any experience. So if you're keen, again, you do want to check out that private coaching program and make sure that, yes, you 100% join. So thank you for your time, and let's get started. So the first thing I did was obviously to evaluate my finances. Look, if you are not doing a financial audit for yourself, you're making a massive mistake, especially if you're somebody who is broke. This is one thing that rich and wealthy people have mastered and understand perfectly well, the importance of a financial audit. But many people are just like, yeah, well, I haven't got money, complaining. No, you need to sit down, look at your finances. For example, your pay slip, you can look at your bank statements, what is happening. So that's what I did. I looked at my pay slip, because look, I'm very bad when it comes to pay slips. I don't actually look at my pay slip. So when I knew that I needed this money, I decided to look at my pay slip. And when I looked, I realized that a lot of money was going out for obviously taxes, national insurance, as well as the NHS pension. And I was thinking, how can I reduce how much money is going out so that I can keep more money. So I rang HMRC to make sure that my tax code was correct. So, and again, if you're wondering what this is about, I've done a whole video on how you can reduce your taxes, here in the UK so that you pay less taxes. I've given simple, practical strategies that you can use to reduce your taxes. So you want to check this channel, so make sure you go through that video after you've done this one, because it's going to be massive with you earning more money and having more money for yourself to do whatever you want. So when I looked at the pension, I was like, this is quite a lot. So I checked my tax code was obviously correct. And then I decided that I was going to leave the pension. Again, I'm not here advocating that you leave the NHS pension, because it is one of the best pensions in this country. But at the time, I thought, look, I need this money right now. I don't need it when I'm already 70, 80 years old. Who knows when I'm going to be alive? So I need to get the money right now. So I decided I was going to ring my HR. So I rang HR. They were like, well, we don't deal with the pension, Melvis. If you want to leave the pension, you need to deal with it with the NHS pension people. So I was like, okay, I'm going to follow this right through. So I rang the NHS pension people. But anyway, long story short, I eventually left the pension. And when I left the pension, I was like, all the money I've paid, in the last 9 years, how many years I've been in the NHS pension, can I get it back? And they were like, Melvis, you can't get the money back until you're, I think they said 65 or 67. I was like, oh my goodness. So I left the NHS pension. That was the first thing I did. And just to put a disclaimer out, I did rejoin the pension after 6 months when I had all the money that I wanted to have. So in case you're wondering, but if you want me to do a whole video on NHS pensions, the pros, the cons, please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll do that video, because there's quite a lot of information that you need to know about the NHS pension. So that was what I did. And by leaving the pension, I was able to save more money, obviously, to get paid net more money than I was getting before. So this was one of the ways. But the next two ways that I'm going to tell you were the most significant, that really helped me to double my pay in those 6 months. So the next thing that I had to do then was to, and by the way, if you're liking this content, I want you to like the video. It lets me know that you enjoy content like this and I should do more. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, look, you do want to hit subscribe right now and turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified. And remember also to join the newsletter, which I've left a link in the comment section below, just to make sure that you don't miss out. So the second thing that I did was, looking at my working hours. So I looked at my pay slip. Next thing, hours. What hours am I working? How can I enhance the time that I'm working? So when I looked at my hours, obviously I didn't have flexible hours at this point, which means that I was just doing whatever shifts my manager gave me on my, on my off duty. So I was like, this is not working well. If I have to double my pay, I need to be working fixed hours every week so that I can organize my childcare, my family, finances and planning and everything can be on slick, and I can know exactly how much extra money I can bring in. So I decided that I was going to request flexible hours. So flexible hours, in case you don't know, is where you work fixed hours every single week. So your hours don't change, you work set days. So I went to my manager and I was like, look, I'm really struggling right now with XYZ and I need flexible hours. I need to have fixed hours. My manager was like, well, Melvis, I don't know if this is possible, all of that. And I was like, well, if it's not possible, then I will have to find other options, because I'm really, really determined, because I was so determined at this point. So eventually, they kind of accepted and agreed that I could have these flexible, hours. So I formally applied. Obviously, you need to apply formally, because look, with the NHS, or even if you work privately, if anything has not been signed, and agreed formally, look, you've got nothing. So I printed out all the form, the documentation, went through the entire process and put it in. And so I had to decide which days should I work. Obviously, because I knew that I had to double my pay, I needed to choose hours that are going to be convenient so that I earn the most amount of money. But most importantly, I did not want to compromise on my career progression, because as you know, I am somebody who is so keen on career progression that I know that there are certain things at work that if you do, is going to reduce your chances of succeeding, progressing, excelling, and going higher. Obviously, I didn't want any of that. So I decided that I was going to do Tuesday day shift. I'm giving you the exact days that I did. I was working Tuesday day shift every week, and I was working Wednesday, Thursday night every week. So my shifts were Tuesday day shift, Wednesday, Thursday night. So fixed every single week. And the reason I chose those days is because I knew that I was going to have the weekends off. And if I wanted to do anything else in the weekend, I had the potential to earn a lot more because it's weekend. But as I was working through my permanent job during the weekdays, doing nights, I would still earn as much as a weekend, but those are my regular shifts. So that was what I did. And the Tuesday day shift, obviously, I was earning the least because it was a day shift, but I put that so that I still had that exposure for my career progression because I didn't want to be doing all nights. Because as you know, if you work all night, it's not very good for career progression. I still wanted a day shift so that I'm still present and I can still have the networking, the opportunities, the interactions. Because the nursing in the UK, career progression is all about networking, interacting, those cups of tea. That's where those conversations are had, those interviews are had. So that's why I had to leave Tuesday day shift, even though I knew that it was going to get me the least amount of earnings when it comes to my nursing. So those were the 3 days that I chose. And then my manager was like, Melvis, look, that's fine that you've chosen these 3 days, but you need to be fair. What about weekends? You need to do at least one weekend, so choose. So we agreed that I was going to decide each month one day to do during the weekend, which I was like, that's absolutely fine. So once a month, I had to do a weekend day, a weekend shift. It didn't matter whether it was Saturday, Sunday, day or night, but I always chose a Saturday, a Saturday day shift, no night shift, because I was already doing 2 nights, obviously, in the week. So that was the next thing that I did. When I then had these hours, I had to sit down and find the best thing that I could do to maximize the days that I was off to make the most money. So, and as well as the safety. So when I had a look at those hours, I was like, okay, what can I do? Luckily for me, the hospital where I was working at the time, they decided that in order to reduce the number of nurses doing agency, because I've never done agency nursing, since I've been a nurse in the UK. So the trust decided to say, we are going to increase how much we pay for bank so that our nurses don't go and do agency, because as you know, agency pays a lot more. So in order to deter nurses from doing agency, they decided to increase the bank rates. And look, that was perfect for me at that particular time. So when they said that, I thought, if they've increased the rates for working extra shift, it means that if I work extra shift the Saturday and Sunday, which means I'm going to work Tuesday day, Wednesday, Thursday night for my permanent job, and then I'll be off on Friday, then I can do Saturday, Sunday day shift. Look, it was tough because I was doing 5 days a week, but I knew again that it was going to be for a specific period of time, because before then I wasn't doing extra hours. That was the only time in my nursing that I did extra hours. And look, after this video, I'm going to be doing a video telling you everything that I experienced during these 6 months working these extra hours. What happened? How did I find it? So you want to make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on that information, because look, it is absolutely mind-blowing the things that happened in those 6 months. So I decided that, okay, I was going to do extra shifts on my same ward. Because again, remember, for career progression, I wanted to maintain that consistency so that I still had that exposure with the specialty that I completely enjoy. Because I love all the specialties that I've chosen in my nursing journey. I absolutely enjoy them. And now as an advanced nurse practitioner specializing in surgery, I absolutely love my job. So if you're watching this and again you're struggling with your career, you're thinking, oh my God, how can I specialize? How can I find what I like? How can I find what I enjoy? Again, you want to check the about section of this channel to make sure that you join my private coaching program, because then I can support you with that journey. So I decided I was going to be doing those extra shifts, because I was doing those extra shifts Saturday, Sunday day shift. I didn't do night. I did only day shift, because because it's weekends, so the pay is quite a lot. That's the highest amount of pay. So for me, there was no need to do a night shift if I can do a day shift and earn exactly the same amount of money. Because again, the day shift, doing Saturday, Sunday day, it still gave me that exposure that I needed in terms of my career progression, as well as my Tuesday day shift for my regular shift. And by doing these 3 changes, look, you would be surprised, but I was earning between £650 to £750 extra every single week. That was the difference that it made in my pay, because initially I was doing any shift any day. Childcare was an absolute nightmare. I didn't know what shift I was doing. It was difficult to plan anything. But with these changes that I've explained, I was able to earn an extra £650 average to about £750, £800 extra every single week. And so that was able to double my pay, to earning an extra £2,500 to an extra £3,000 every single month, doing the same job on the same ward, because I didn't need to find another job. I didn't need to do agency. Again, like I say, I've never done agency nursing since I've been a nurse in the UK. And that's because I'm somebody that I'm more focused on career progression. And what I found is that when you do agency nursing, while it is a good amount of exposure for you, it doesn't really enable career progression as such. So that's why I rather ultimately work fewer hours and earn more, because again, that's what my objective is all about. So some of these changes, obviously, like I've said, they came at a very high cost. Yes, I made extra money. Yes, I was able to double my pay, from 2,300, 2,500 pounds to 4,500, 5,000 pounds every single month. What do you think about some of these changes? Are these some of the things that you've already done in your own career? What would you implement? And again, like I said earlier, I did return to the NHS pension because this is not me advocating that anybody leaves the pension. It is me simply sharing a journey that I've had, sharing an experience that I've had, and so that you can see what is possible. You can have an idea on what is actually possible, on some of the simple changes that you can actually make in order to get to earn more money. So again, that financial audit, I think for me, has been the most important thing, and I've kind of carried on with that. Obviously, I did drop all the other things that I did, but having that financial audit and kind of taking that through has been what has had the highest impact in terms of improving my finances as a nurse. Because remember that after the 6 months, I stopped doing that. I didn't do any more extra shifts. I've not done any extra shifts since. It's been years now. I've not done any extra shift in nursing ever since. But I have maintained the financial audit such that you're managing your finances appropriately to make sure that you're not going out of what you should be spending, basically always spending less than you earn. So again, I'm going to be doing a follow-up video on this, talking about what I found during these 6 months working all these shifts. What happened? How did I feel? Yes, I made the money. Yes, I doubled the pay, which is what I wanted. But what else did I experience? So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button because you want to 100% be the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. Again, check the comment section below and join my newsletter because I'll send that info directly to your inbox. But most importantly, if you need my support, then check the about section of this YouTube channel and you will see a link to my private coaching program, Nursing Career Bootcamp. And please, you're welcome to join so that we can rock it all together and just be on sleek and help you, support you, guide you, hold your hand so that you can excel, thrive, succeed in your nursing journey. And look, I'm going to tell you this, my private coaching program is only for the top 1%, because I can tell you that it's for those people that appreciate excellence when it comes to nursing, that appreciate excellence when it comes to clinical practice, and excellence when it comes to that career progression, knowing that it's not enough to have that NMC PIN number, but you've got to push forward to be able to be the best version of yourself that you can be and you should rightfully be as a nurse practicing in this beautiful country, the UK. Keep watching the videos and I'll see you in the next video.